afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson. Volunteering offers many rewards. By volunteering, you can make a difference in someone's life or in your community. You can meet new people or build new skills. Across our region, the United Way offers a number of volunteer opportunities. Today we're going to learn about two special opportunities for senior volunteers. With me is Amy Johnson of the United Way of Chittenden County. Amy is Program Director for the United Way's Foster Grandparent Program and RSVP program. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Judy.
Now, people are aware of the work that the United Way does in our communities, but they may not know about some of the special opportunities that are offered to senior volunteers. And why does the United Way have programs for seniors?
That's a great question. I don't know if you knew this, but the state of Vermont has one of the largest senior populations in the nation. So we have this really great population of people who have wonderful skills and life experiences and professional experiences, and we really want to utilize those and give people an opportunity to continue using those skills and life experiences to really impact the community.
Are people surprised that maybe what they do is so important? They don't even realize that these are skills?
Yeah, definitely. When we go to the recognition, we have recognition ceremonies for both programs, and we have people that are in positions, volunteer positions, talk about their experiences. And when they talk about those and bring those to light to the other volunteers, I think they realize the impact, the response that they get from other volunteers, the response that they get from the organizations is, wow, you really are making a huge difference in the community. And they are in all the areas that we really strive to focus on: education, health, and income equality in our county.
So what types of programs does United Way offer for seniors?
United Way for seniors, we offer the RSVP program and the Foster Grandparent Program, which are two programs for older adults 55 and up.
Let's talk first about the Foster Grandparent Program. What does that entail?
The Foster Grandparent Program is a really special program. It places adults 55 and older into early care centers and elementary schools and high schools. And to be part of the program, you have to be 55 and older. But you also have to commit to 15 hours a week at a minimum, and commit to 6 months to a year. Just because of the nature of the relationships that are formed, it's really challenging if people kind of pop in and pop out. We offer a small stipend, which is really nice, and also transportation coverage. So we cover the cost of transportation to and from wherever the volunteers are serving.
Now, does a volunteer just pair with one student or one child, or is it just to be that presence in a classroom?
It's really both. For some classrooms, there are specific children that have specific needs that get matched with the foster grandparent. But what we've heard from foster grandparents is, as a whole, they really do support the entire classroom. We just recently did a children's survey where children answered simple questions: why do you like grandma? Why do you like grandpa in the classroom? And we had so many classrooms, and all the students participated and said so many lovely things. And we know that the foster grandparents are really making an impact on every student in the classroom. They drew really adorable pictures. I wish I'd brought some with me, but so they really do work with everybody. But in a lot of classrooms, it's specific towards a few students, and then the whole classroom gets to benefit.
Yeah, I want to be involved too.
You can.
Well, you know what? It's interesting because so many families now are kind of fragmented. It's not the multi-generational under one roof kind of a thing anymore. So kids don't get a chance really to see their grandparents a lot. Right,
exactly. And for some kids, they don't have as strong of relationships as other kids. So when they come into the classroom, that person that's there for them every single day is so important for the social and emotional development. So it really does make a big impact academically, but also socially and emotionally as well.
Now, we've talked about what some of the kids are getting from these relationships. What do the volunteers get?
Oh, that's a really great question. We put out a newsletter every 6 months, and one of our volunteers wrote this really lovely article about what it means to her that every day when she wakes up, she has this really great reason to get up, and she's excited. And so it really does have a lot of personal benefit, personal wellness and health benefits. It's getting people out of the house, forming relationships, and it really is this, this special, happy kind of, I'm really happy I'm doing this, and I'm really getting a lot of positive attention from the students, and so she wrote this lovely article about every day waking up feeling really excited, having this really great place to go to. So
yeah. And providing a really important service too,
yeah,
really
definitely.
being needed.
Yes, very needed.
So what kinds of comments or feedbacks do you hear from, that was just one story from a volunteer, but I know we had a photograph earlier that was a couple who was doing it together. Yeah,
that's actually, that's funny that you say that. The woman in the pictures is the person who wrote the article. So they serve together. They've been serving for a long time, and they both work in the same school, and they really do love it. It's something that they can share together, but they also have individual experiences and can come together and share them with each other, and they really make a huge impact in the school that they work in.
What are some of the things that people should consider if they're thinking about taking advantage of this volunteer opportunity?
I think that the one thing is the time commitment. It seems like a lot, and it is 15 hours a week, but the volunteers that we have serving in the program say, at first it seemed like a lot, but almost all of the foster grandparents serve 30 plus hours a week. So very, very rare is it that someone serves the minimum. So once you get in there and you're really in the mix in the classroom, most people, we start to see their hours going up as the school year goes on. So I think that's good to note that it's a big commitment, but it's worth it. Yeah.
And so let's talk a little bit about the RSVP program. What do those volunteers do?
The RSVP volunteers, it's a little different. It's still 55 and up, and there's no stipend, but those volunteers can volunteer at any nonprofit organization in the county. So the food shelf, Meals on Wheels, Friendly Visitors Program, the hospital, the Red Cross, pretty much anywhere that we're focused on income, health, and education equality. So, and they only have to volunteer 1 hour a year, which I don't know that we have any volunteers that only volunteer 1 hour a year, but they can, which is nice because it gives them that flexibility to say, well, I only have this many hours a week or a month or a year to volunteer. And so it is really nice to not be as confined to a specific amount of time or a specific organization.
Can you do different jobs, different weeks?
Yeah, you can. We have a lot of volunteers that have multiple placements, so they might have work at the food shelf every week for a few hours, but then once a month they'll work at the Red Cross. So people have multiple volunteer opportunities, and it's nice because you get to try so many different things and see what you like, see what maybe doesn't fit with you. So it is a really nice way to kind of explore what's going on in the community and see what's a good fit and what you want to support.
Right, maybe you're researching a new area of interest that you might want to go into.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been talking about the volunteers. What about some of the organizations that these folks will be working with? They may think, oh, an hour a week, 2 hours, that's really not going to make that big of a difference, but for the organizations it does.
It does make a really big difference. At our recognition ceremony, we have an RSVP individuals that work within school programs as well. School Buddies and Read to Me are our two signature programs. And we had a pair, an engineer, a volunteer who is an engineer, and a teacher. And I think just his face in hearing the impact that the teacher feels like he has in the classroom, that she really couldn't run the program without him. I don't think that he knew that. I don't think that he knew the caliber of the impact that he was making. And so just to hear that even, 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week that he serves or a volunteer serves really does make a huge impact and really does help out the organization.
What are some of the benefits of being an RSVP volunteer?
There are a lot. I think that people say, well, I'm already volunteering, why would I want to be part of RSVP? We offer a lot of really great networking opportunities. We're a personal referral service, so somebody can call us and say, I'm really interested in this and my background's in this, what do you got for me? And we can personally one-on-one talk to them about what's available. We offer coffee hours, so once a month or every other month we have either bring in guest speakers. So this month we have the Alzheimer's organization come in and talk to our volunteers, but we also bring in specialists that work with children or whatever they need. They let us know we want this to be an opportunity, and they can come together, network with each other, learn some new information. We also have a recognition ceremony, and we're putting together a Facebook site, which is really exciting. And it's kind of an affinity group, a way for them to connect with each other, find out what's going on, and it also provides a really great social opportunity for this population of individuals, especially people that are coming here, retiring here, that might not have the social connections. They get connected to the community, they get connected to individuals within the community, so it's really great.
You know, it is a big issue too for older Vermonters and older people everywhere, is that you can run the risk of being isolated.
Right, yes. The social isolation, if you don't have the social connections, it's easy to stay at home, and we know that older adults that stay at home, that don't really go out, their risk of falling, their risk of injury goes up. And so it is a really big wellness piece for individuals to volunteer in the community and get out of the house, meet new people, and then not only are you going to your volunteer opportunity, but now you've made this group of friends, or you know, the social connection that you can really be plugged into what's going on in the community.
Are there any intergenerational volunteer opportunities with RSVP?
Yes, as I mentioned, our Read to Me and School Buddies programs are both programs where, for Read to Me, it's volunteers working with children ages 3 through 5, so they work in early care centers or preschools, and work on pre-literacy and social emotional development. And our School Buddies program, volunteers work in elementary and middle schools, usually in a one-on-one or small group setting with children that have academic needs, maybe beyond what can be helped in the classroom, so they need that extra support. And those are positions that we look for people to work 1 or 2 hours a week for 6 months to a year. And most of our School Buddies and Read to Me volunteers do it for years and years, so it's not hard to get people roped into that.
And we should mention too, for the volunteers, if you have any questions about your iPhone, it's a good opportunity to get some information.
Exactly. Ask a 12-year-old how to use your iPhone. It works really well.
How about opportunities for maybe a senior who might just want to maybe test the waters just to see if it's right for them?
Well, that's great. We have so many different volunteer opportunities. We have organizations calling all the time saying we have this event coming up. So right now, the summer kickoff, a lot of organizations are having kind of a one-time events in the park, walks, just different events. And so volunteers can go on our website, they can call in, and they can find out what's going on this week or this month, and they can join in on a one-time deal and see what they think about the organization. Bring a friend along. That makes it a lot easier when you're volunteering. It's not as overwhelming. But on our website, we have the calendar, and you can see what's coming up. And you can also call too. But yeah, there's definitely one-time deals that work really well, and I think people do that, and then they're like, oh, I really like this place. It's really fun to volunteer for them, and then they get roped in.
About how many volunteers do you have?
For RSVP, we have about 240, and for foster grandparent, we have about 30. But we can take a lot more, so we'd love to have more. And
so how do seniors get involved in these programs? If someone's interested, what should they do?
If someone is interested, they just need to call us. They can visit our website. Our website has lots of great information about all of our different programs at the United Way. But they can email us, visit the website, give us a phone call, and start the process and just have a conversation. That's the best way to get the ball rolling.
And you don't have to worry about getting locked into any kind of a commitment or contract.
No commitment, no contract. We know the foster grandparent program, we do look for individuals to serve for a little bit longer than 1 hour a year.
It's a bigger commitment,
It's obviously a bigger commitment, but there are no contracts, so people do move around, and that's okay.
And at the very least, you should at least check out the website, because there's a lot of things to read on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us today and talking about these great opportunities.
Thanks for having me.
That's our program for today. I'm Judy Simpson. We'll see you again next time on Across the Fence.